What happens when love becomes a battlefield of self-discovery? Love in the Big City is not your typical love story. It's raw, emotional, and dives deep into the complexities of relationships in the modern world.
Are you ready for a BL drama that will challenge your heart?
Today, we're diving into the BL Korean drama, Love in the Big City. This show captures the beauty and pain of love between two men navigating life in bustling Seoul. If you're into heartfelt stories with raw emotions and an authentic portrayal of LGBTQ+ relationships, this one's for you. Let's break down the plot, characters, and themes that make this drama stand out. Love in the Big City follows the lives of Young, a writer struggling with his sense of purpose, and Jae-hee, a medical student caught between societal expectations and his own desires. The story begins with Young living a carefree lifestyle, moving from one relationship to another without any real emotional attachment. His world turns upside down when he meets Jae-hee, a reserved and responsible young man who is the complete opposite of Young. Despite their differences, the two form a deep connection, and what starts as a casual fling soon becomes something much deeper. However, their relationship is far from easy. As they navigate their feelings, they're also dealing with societal pressures, family expectations, and their own personal insecurities. The show beautifully captures the struggle of finding yourself while also trying to love someone else in a world that often doesn't accept who you are. Through their relationship, Love in the Big City explores themes of identity, self-worth, and the challenge of being true to oneself in a society that expects conformity. It's a heartfelt story that takes you on an emotional roller coaster, showing the highs and lows of love in a world that isn't always kind. The two main characters, Young and Jae-hee, drive the emotional core of the series. Young is the more carefree and reckless character, someone who uses humor and casual flings to avoid dealing with his real emotions. His journey throughout the show is one of self-discovery. He has to come to terms with the fact that real love requires vulnerability and commitment, something he's been running from. Jae-hee, on the other hand, is more reserved and responsible, having lived his life according to other people's expectations. As a medical student, he's under constant pressure from his family and society to succeed, and his relationship with Young forces him to confront his own desires and fears. He struggles with the fear of being judged, both for his career path and for his sexuality, which adds layers of complexity to his character. Together, their relationship is a push and pull between two very different people trying to figure out if love is enough to bridge the gap between their worlds. It's not just about romance, but about learning who they are and what they want out of life. Love in the Big City deals with some heavy themes, but it does so in a way that feels real and relatable. One of the main themes is identity. Both Young and Jae-hee are trying to figure out who they are, not just in the context of their relationship, but in the world around them. Their love story is as much about finding themselves as it is about finding each other. Another major theme is societal pressure. Both characters are constantly bombarded with expectations from their families, their peers, and society as a whole. Jae-hee, especially, faces the challenge of balancing his career in medicine with his relationship, feeling the weight of what's expected of him versus what he truly wants. There's also a lot of symbolism in the show, particularly around the city of Seoul itself. The fast-paced, hectic life of the city mirrors the internal struggles both characters face. It's a constant reminder that life keeps moving, whether or not you have everything figured out. The city becomes a character in its own right, representing both the freedom and the suffocation that comes with living authentically in a world that isn't always accepting. Without giving away any spoilers, I can tell you that Love in the Big City delivers some incredibly powerful moments. The chemistry between Young and Jae-hee is electric from the start, and as their relationship deepens, so does the emotional intensity. There are moments of heartbreak, joy, and everything in between as they navigate their feelings for each other. One of the standout moments in the series is when Young begins to realize that his carefree attitude towards relationships might be holding him back from real happiness. It's a turning point for his character, and it's handled with so much nuance that you can't help but feel for him. Jae-hee, on the other hand, has his own moments of reckoning. His internal struggle with accepting who he is and what he wants in life is portrayed beautifully, especially in scenes where he has to confront the expectations placed on him by his family and society. These moments add layers of depth to the story, making it more than just a love story. It's a narrative about self-acceptance and courage. The ending of Love in the Big City leaves you with a lot to think about. Without giving anything away, it's an ending that feels true to the story, even if it's not what some viewers might expect. It wraps up the emotional arcs of the characters in a way that feels satisfying, but also leaves room for interpretation. If you're someone who enjoys dramas that don't give you all the answers, this one will definitely resonate with you. Love in the Big City is a beautifully crafted drama that explores the complexities of love, identity, and societal pressures. The performances are raw and heartfelt, and the story is one that will stay with you long after the final episode. If you're looking for a BL drama that offers more than just romance and dives deep into the emotional lives of its characters, this one is a must-watch. It's a drama that speaks to anyone who has ever struggled with love and self-acceptance. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and check out my